It's Thursday. It's Mark Pires. And it's Real Talk.
I was walking down the road today, looking for another way
to ease my mind
and help my living.
It's Real Talk. It's the daily vlog, Mark Pires Real Talk. I'm here to help you make smarter moves, to amplify your current state, and I'm here with you on Thursday, day 339 in a row of the Mark Pires Real Talk show. And we are officially live on 9 platforms right now, so please head to YouTube, subscribe, and ding the bell. This is a show that's live every day forever. And I have a topic for you today. We're going to get into a few things. I got some news. Get into some news. I got a song I'm going to play for you. This is a full variety show now. Thanks to Phil the other day for reminding me. It's not a vlog, buddy. It stopped being a vlog a while ago. So I wanted to talk to you about something. I wanted you to understand the way I run my business, why Real Talk is on the air today, and what my plan is with Real Talk. Now, I'm going to say what my quote was today, and that's where we're going to start. Just let it go. We're here to tell people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. I see a lot of people telling everybody what they want to hear. Oh, you look great. Yeah, sure, your house is worth that much. You know, it doesn't do anybody any good to lie to them and tell them that they are in a better position than they actually are in. If you want to help your fellow human, you want to help your friends, tell them what helps them. Give them some positive criticism. Let them understand that maybe they don't look that good, or maybe it's not worth what you think. And that's kind of one of the details that I keep in the back of my mind always. Just tell people tell them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. And it served me well, I guess, throughout my entire life, but with real estate specifically. When I stand in front of somebody and just unabashed, hey, look, this is what you need to hear. This is the market. This is where you are in it. I'm not going to sugarcoat things for you. I just don't like that idea, the whole bait and switch thing. I know there's a lot of real estate agents that do this. They'll tell you what you need to hear just to get that listing in hand. And then the true colors come to the surface. Ooh, well, you know, I prefer have a straight up conversation from the beginning. Look, I think the market is saying this. You believe you want this. Okay. Just as long as you understand what the market is saying, we will try that. You just have to be willing to adjust to this when nobody shows up. Instead of these people telling you, oh, sure, we'll get that. We're going to get you that much. You don't know what anybody's going to pay for anything, ever. If you put a good number on it, they will come up. They will start to show up. And I've got a great example of that. I told you guys, the last couple of weeks, all of a sudden, there is more activity in the real estate market in Lower Fairfield County than there's been in months. Photography Belmont and Swilleen and Pasha. Hey, so much. Thank you so much for coming on. You guys are the best. Please head over to YouTube. Subscribe and ding the bell over there because it looks and sounds so much better. And you get notified every time I go live over there. Look, even right now, it said that I'm live. Now, I'm going to just check and make sure we're live on Facebook. Yes, we are. Maybe not. I don't know if we are, guys. Let me just quickly check this out. I'm having a feeling that we may not be online on Facebook. Oh, we are. Never mind. Just forget about what I was talking about, guys. So, listen, give it to people straight. That's the Real Talk way. Tell people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. This is a world of just people confused, wondering what they need to do in order to stay happy. I heard some crazy thing. I don't know if this is true. I think I heard someone else say this, that we as humans are now susceptible to more negativity in one day than we were in our entire lifetime prior to all the technology. If I could sort of understand that. I told you guys the other day, I was bullied when I was younger. And when I left school every day at 3 o'clock, I had from 3 o'clock until I got to school the next day to forget about that negativity, that pit in my stomach. It disappeared for 10 to 12 hours. And then it'd start to come up again when you were getting on the bus to go to school the next day. But I was able to get away from it for a short period of time. And I think this is the scary, scary thing about our current existence. The society that we live in now, everyone has a cell phone. Children at ages that they should not have them are walking around with cell phones with their faces glued to the phones. You got radiation just burning out their eyeballs. And I know my wife said that her ophthalmologist said that the amount of detached retinas and the amount of people requiring glasses at earlier ages, it's at an all-time high because of technology, because of cell phones, iPads. Who's on over here? William, what's going on, buddy? William, head over to YouTube, buddy. Join me over there where the show is going. Then you can send me notes. Here's the other thing about you guys over here on Insta right now. I can't really see this because it's sideways and upside down, so I have to come over here and go like that to just see what it says. But if you head over to YouTube and you send me a comment on the live video, I should see it right here. I've got a screen right here that shows me chats. It's not hooked into Facebook for some reason. Facebook has been really not working lately when it comes to that. So anyway, who's on with me today? You guys have any topics you want me to get into? Just remember, like I said, give it to people straight, and I think you'll be in a good position, okay? And I have some news stories for you, and I want to play you a song. Hold on a second. Let me just get myself situated here. I'm just playing around. Who else is coming on? Austin, what's up, buddy? Thanks for coming on today. I'm telling everybody to head to YouTube right now. Just type in Mark Pires Real Talk. I'm there. And subscribe and ding the bell because the YouTube show is it's awesome. I just popped a clip up there, by the way, Instagram. You guys aren't going to get this until after the show. But I just put up this pretty cool clip. Oh, there we go. Cross is on. My man. See, this is what I'm talking about. Cross, thank you. I'm gonna just tell you that you rock for going on and sending a note over there on. Yes. Cross went over there and he got onto YouTube. Like I told you, the show's better over there too, right, Cross? I mean, because you got there's audio's better, the video, because you're going to get the 3-camera shoot before you know it. Look at that. We're going over there in a little while. We're BeatSeating it. You guys ready for that? I don't know what to play for you today. I got this melody that's just swimming around my head. I may try to just rock out on and see what happens. And maybe we'll improvise something for you guys today on the BeatSeat. And maybe not. Maybe I'll just play you a song. We'll figure it out. But we do have some news stories for you. And I'm probably not staying on the full hour plus today because I do have to go. I will be bowling tonight. I don't know who's interested in maybe seeing me go live at the bowling alley like I did a few months ago. I'm happy to do that. I've been bowling pretty great lately, so I don't mind getting a couple of clips out there, a few strike spare combos. I love bowling. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I don't get to do it that often. Right? Cross said, you're right about the device. It's so much better on YouTube, guys, because the quality is just... And Facebook too. You guys are getting it just the same. But I got to tell you, I'm going bowling later and I can't wait. This all started because when I was 19, The Big Lebowski was like the biggest movie. Do you guys remember that movie? Phenomenal. If you haven't seen The Big Lebowski, you need to rent the movie, Netflix it, whatever. You could probably just watch it on YouTube. It's probably here. One of the best cult classic movies that has nothing to do with, I don't even know. It's just such a feel-good movie. And Jeff Bridges is phenomenal as the dude. But there is a character named DeJesus. And DeJesus is this crazy bowler, played by John Turturro. And I loved his character so much. I used to do his impression. I'd be like, you come by next Saturday. You come by Friday instead. Nobody mess with DeJesus. And I used to love doing DeJesus. And my bowling style is DeJesus. If you remember watching that movie at all, I bring the ball up like over my head and it's about throwing with this crazy spin. And I have my own bowling balls. I got two bowling. I got a strike and a spare ball. I know it's crazy. But when my buddy Pete and I were 19, he was like, you know what? Why don't we let's get in a league. We were all about The Big Lebowski. We were watching it like twice a day. John Goodman with a gun. That is an internet meme. Is it really? I got to check that out, Cross. Yeah, you're out of your element, Donnie. I love that movie. Oh, now I'm trying to remember how the dude sounds because I got to do an impression of him. Just so you guys hear it. Walter. That's what he sounds like. I love him. He's so funny. Obviously, you're not a golfer. I love the guy picks up the bowling ball. He says, "What's this?" Obviously, you're not a golfer. Oh, man. So if you can, go and download or watch The Big Lebowski because it is one of the greatest movies. And it caused me to join a bowling league when I was 18 or 19 years old with my buddy Pete. And we bowled in a league for about a year with my friend Alan Nairi, who's actually on Facebook with me, my bud. And we're talking about getting out and doing some bowling again. I hope we get a chance to do that soon because it's really a lot of fun, guys. It is exhilarating to throw a strike and to watch those pins explode and the sound that they make. And after a long day, after a client maybe doesn't do the deal or decides to go in a different direction, or what we get a lot in the real estate business is they just call somebody else. They don't even bother to get back to the person who did the work. It's good to go out there and let it all out. It's like real talk. Bowling is like real talk. It's true emotion coming out of you. And the way my friend Corey and I bowl, it's my favorite because we don't talk. We just get there and go. We just bowl. And Corey, if you guys recall, is my scientist friend. He's like a straight genius. And like talking to him sometimes, I'm just like, can you say that to me again? And he's really, really unbelievable. Every time I get together and it gets to outer space, the fact that there absolutely has to be aliens. There's no way that there can't. And he'll always just be like very like on the fence. But like, yeah, well, it would be kind of, a bit ignorant to think that we are all alone. No, let's say stuff like that, but he won't tell me one way or another. And I can guarantee you he knows. But it's one of the things I'm always trying to draw out. But I know what I know. Do you guys know, right? I mean, come on. We're hearing more on a daily basis how many different planets, potential habitable planets there are in our solar system. And people are still questioning. I told you the other day, it's like the flat earth theory. Oh, don't go to the edge. You're going to fall over. It's crazy. America's funniest videos. That's what you think of when you think of bowling? Well, you got to go bowling with us. We go and we get into it. It's a lot of fun. So my plan is to get out there tonight and do some bowling. But I would say if you guys don't bowl right now, get out there and do it. It's a lot of fun. I wish I can get into a league. I just don't have the time. Here would be a thing. Real talk bowling. Like maybe I get into a league and just every single night it's just live real talk during the bowling league. That would be the stupidest real talk ever. Hey, don't forget, every Tuesday it's bowling night. And you get to see all these other people just bowling just to get away from their lives for a moment. Yeah, we're a lot smaller in outer space, Cross says. That's true. You know what is crazy? The other day I saw this. It was a scientific breakdown, the scale of Earth compared to everything else. And what it started to show was what we looked like from other places. It was kind of crazy. You should find this. It was 28 pictures that show what we look like in the solar system, where we are compared to other things. And it said, from Neptune, this is us. And like this little dot. I was like, what? Whoa, that's us right there? Like you could be anywhere else in the solar system looking at us and saying, nothing's alive out there. We're the only ones. And one day when we do make contact, one day when we are in communication with a different race, could be human race, could be something different, who knows, we will all say to ourselves, yeah, I knew it. We just didn't have the ability to connect. We didn't have the ability to get from here to there. But of course there's stuff out there. We're here. For there to be nothing out there would basically say that we shouldn't be there either. Seriously, if there's nothing out there, then there's nothing here. If there's something here, there's something there. It's that simple. That simple. Wherever there is something, there's something everywhere. Ooh, nope, just on Earth. That entire expanse, all those planets, all those stars, it's all dead. All dead. You know why? Because we can't see it. Because we can't get there. Because we know only what we know, which we found is absolutely nothing. Scientists continue to, on a daily basis, find news. Oh, so we learned that this is going on. Pluto's not a planet. Excuse me, now they're showing pictures of Pluto. That thing looks like a planet. It's round. Looks like ice and all kinds of stuff. It's a planet. And if you guys ever watch, there's a guy named Jeremiah Sitchin, Dr. Jeremiah Sitchin. Now we're going to go somewhere on this, guys. We're going into a little bit of the ancient alien stuff here. There's a guy named Dr. Jeremiah Sitchin, extremely intelligent gentleman who died probably in the 90s. And he was one of the few people in the world that could read the stone carvings. I believe it was Sumerian text. Was it Sumerian? I want to say it was Sumerian text. And he said there's tens of thousands of these tablets that were carved 6,000, 7,000 years ago. And he was one of only the few people in the world that could actually decipher what they said. And he was just sharing some of the translations with the audience, and I was blown away by what I heard, and I'm just going to share a few of them, okay? Like, here's one. That there are, the way they call this word, there are 10 planets. They considered, or I want to say 11, they called the Earth and the Sun planets. So, I'm sorry, I'm saying this wrong. I got to go back and watch this. It's been a while. It's 12, okay? There are 12 planets in our solar system is to this ancient Sumerian text. And the way it's broken down is the Earth and the Sun are also planets in the way that they thought about this 6,000 years ago. And then Pluto is a planet, and then there's one more planet they call Nibiru. Has anybody ever heard of this? Nibiru is a planet they say that it has a 3,600 year orbital, run. So every 3,600 years, it comes into contact with Earth. And basically what the theory is, or this is what it says in the ancient Sumerian text, is that when it gets close enough, each time of these 3,600 year cycles, it gets close enough, they go from that planet to our planet. And they actually that's how we got here, is what this all comes down to, is they dropped themselves off to here, and then we started our race off of them. A lot of this stuff is obviously straight up ancient aliens theory, but I love it. I love anything like this. And Dr. Jeremiah Sitchin, so his theory was, first of all, that there is one more planet within our solar system that we just do not see yet, because it moves in a weird way. And we're not able to find it, but we will see it at some point in the near future, called Nibiru. Here's the other crazy thing. They called us the seventh planet, the way it was written in the Sumerian text. And the way he explained this is he said, because if you were coming from outside our solar system to in, you would be going Pluto. You'd be going down, down, down all the way till you get to Earth, number 7. So we consider ourselves the third planet from the sun. They considered us the 7th planet in on the solar system because they were coming from outside and in. It's a really amazing thing. I watched this documentary. You can get it it's actually at the Fairfield Public Library. I saw this a few years back with my buddy Corey. I was like, you got to watch this. You're a scientist. I want your perspective on this. So he saw it, and I think he thought it was a little batty. But you know what? I love stuff that has to do with aliens. I just think that we are all aliens. I mean, come on. Let's be honest. We're wearing masks, but we've got something else inside of us. You know what I mean? We have this soul inside of us, and we're just like covering it with these bodies. So I don't know. I'm just interested in learning more about everything else out there, and I hope to find out more about it, guys. So anyway, we went out there. This is what we do on Real Talk. I never expected to talk about aliens on this show, but if anybody likes stuff like that, let's get into it. That is true, buddy. You know, Cross over here says, it's ironic how the smallest things can affect something so big. And I think, Cross, my perspective is that's how big things happen, is by small people or small changes and adjustments. And people just going against the big organizations and saying, you know what, I'm not satisfied. Like, I still think about the story I told a few weeks back about this young girl in Australia who's come up with this state-of-the-art new way of a surgery for somebody just because she thought there was a need. She has no background, but she saw a way to help and she just went and did it. I think that's what it's all about. Cross says, yes, aliens exist. I agree with you, buddy. I absolutely do. So let's get into the news, and then I'm going to play you a song. I got some weird ghosting thing going on here. I don't know what this is. Like right here. I don't know what that is. We're going to have to fix that for tomorrow's episode. But let's get to the news. What do you say? Nope, that's our BeatSeat. So, what do we got for the news today? Let's see. So, for our first story, I want to share this one with you guys. That should not look like that. Sorry, 1 second, guys. I'm moving everybody around over on Instagram to make this look right. Oops. Yep, this is what we do here is we try to fix it. There we go. So basically, here's the story. An Israeli scientist, let me get to the story on my screen. Israeli scientists find way to treat deadly pancreatic cancer in 14 days. Now this touches my heart, okay? Several years back, my father had a cyst that he dealt with, and he just was able to thank God, get through it before something like this would happen. But to try to, there's no coming back from this. This is the worst type of cancer, or one of the worst types of cancer. And to hear that they're making strides on this, and I really would love to know more about what they're doing. So let's read this story quickly, okay? A new treatment developed by Tel Aviv University could induce the destruction of pancreatic cancer cells, eradicating the number of cancerous cells by up to 90% after 2 weeks of daily injections of a small molecule known as PJ34. Pancreatic cancer is one of the hardest cancers to treat. Most people who are diagnosed with the disease do not even live 5 years after being diagnosed. So, this is good to hear, guys, because that's one of the scariest cancers, and you're seriously, once it metastasizes, you're done. There's no way for them to save you. And I think that's what Alex Trebek is dealing with right now, and he's one of my favorite nighttime talk show hosts. I love that guy. So anyway, it is interesting to hear that they are continuing to find new ways to fight these diseases because we need it. It's like cancer's at an all-time high too. So if you know anybody who's dealing with pancreatic cancer, or just be aware of this, guys. This is a really, really interesting study. Israeli scientists find a way to treat deadly pancreatic cancer in 14 days. So you may have to go to Israel for it, but I think you should. Let's see what we got here. So, there we go. Oops, we're going ahead of ourselves. So, life on Mars? We were just talking about this, guys. Life on Mars. Europe commits to groundbreaking mission to bring back rocks to Earth. That's exciting, right? Yes. Let's see. It will be one of the most daunting, complicated, and potentially scientifically rewarding missions ever undertaken to the Red Planet. Ministers is it ministers, really? Hold on, I'm trying to give you guys a better view here too. I don't like the way this, see, I figured out, you guys see, I was able to figure out how to actually put in screens. So now we're here and you can see the screen in real time. And I'm trying to just see if I can interact with it here so it looks better. There we go. Yeah, that's good enough. All right. Let me just read this to you quickly. Ministers at a recent meeting of the European Space Agency have fully committed to plans to collect samples from the surface of Mars and return them to Earth. In a joint effort with NASA, officials approved for the NASA budget to cover this mission is anticipated early next year. So it's an unnamed mission at the moment. This is crazy, guys. This will happen in an 11-year journey. This is not like overnight, okay? Yes, the Red Planet. So basically, here we go. In the 3 years between 1969 and 1972, 6 Apollo missions managed to bring back 380 kilograms of lunar samples. Retrieving any samples from the Martian surface, however, is significantly more difficult due to the vast distances involved. For this reason, the project comprises 3 separate spacecraft. This is crazy, guys. The amount of work they're going to have to do to try to get stuff back from Mars, I don't even see this being a real thing. And I don't know should I read this all to you? I think you should just check this out yourself. But they have 3 aircraft, one to get to the surface. They have one that's going to take off from Mars to go back to planet Earth. Like, I think this seems a little out there, but honestly, it would be pretty cool if there was a way to get a little bit more information on Mars. You know, I really think, I don't know why we haven't created a satellite, you know, like I wouldn't call it satellite planet, but I'm just thinking like a habitable space on the moon. And I thought that was talked about a few years back. Let's create like just a habitable environment on the moon so you can create a platform to fly out from. Because I think you're, 286,000 miles away from there? So if you're 286,000 miles closer to Mars, lift off from Mars. I mean, lift off from the moon. Go to Mars from the moon. Let's see if anybody ever does that. So let's see. My last topic, this one I'm really very concerned about here, guys. See, I keep getting these things. These all need to be interacted with here. Why is it doing this? So exciting. I'm calling this story 1984 because basically, here we go. Come on. All right, I guess that's going to be the best we're going to get, guys. All right. So this guy works for Insider, I think it was. Let me see. I documented every surveillance camera on my way into New York City, and it revealed a dystopian reality. Now, I'm always concerned about this, guys, the amount of cameras. Now, look right behind him. Can you see this? He's got 5 cameras right over his shoulder. That was the shot he took for the article. And first of all, like, what is that? That must, you know where that is? I could see it in the corner. I think that's at like a horse race or something like that, right? Doesn't that look like it's like a jockey, I don't know. It looks like it's a casino or something. It looks something weird. Oh, I got a request here from Cross. Hold on a second. I got to see what this says. I may not be able to do this today, but ooh. Phil just said you should do a BeatSeat cover of David Bowie's 1984. I love that, Phil. You know what? I'm going to work on that tonight. And then tomorrow I may debut it for you guys. That'd be pretty cool. I'll tell you, I'm really concerned about this. Let's read the story. Let's see where it goes. Cameras are everywhere for private and public security, for personal use, and on the backs of phones for safety on roads. The total number of cameras in the world could reach 45 billion by 2022. That's insane, guys. When the global video surveillance industry is forecast to reach $63 billion. I documented all the cameras on a daily commute from Brooklyn to Business Insider's headquarters in downtown Manhattan. What I found revealed a disturbing reality. America, home of the brave, land of the free, is watching. Tens of millions of cameras are watching people across the country. The total number of cameras in the world could reach 45 billion in 2022 when the global video surveillance industry is forecast to reach $63 billion. As author Holland Michel, who wrote a book about high-tech surveillance, told Atlantic in June. Someday, most major developed cities in the world will live under the unblinking gaze of some form of wide area surveillance. New York City has an estimated 9,000 cameras linked to a system the New York Police Department calls the Domain Awareness System. But there are more cameras that aren't linked to the system. I documented all the cameras on my daily commute from Brooklyn to our office in Manhattan's financial district. Here's what I found. When my editor assigned this, I agreed immediately. It was only as I went home that I noticed all of the cameras around me, that I began to realize the truth behind the saying, ignorance is bliss. Now, this is what we were talking about last week when I told you guys about your RAS filters. We're not aware of everything around us because we can't be aware of everything around us. We're only aware of what is at the top of our minds. He wasn't ever thinking about all the cameras around him. Now his job is to see how many cameras are there around you, and now it's all he could see. RAS filters, check it out. So let's see what we get here. Cameras monitoring cities are not new. Businesses, police departments, and security firms have long used cameras for safety. More recently, cameras have become a fixture on phones and cars. Some American cities, like San Francisco, Oakland, Berkeley, and California, have barred the police from using facial recognition technology. But they're not barred in New York. The NYPD has used facial recognition software since 2011. Dan Verton, the editor of Homeland Security Today, told the BBC in 2013 that the city's monitoring is so advanced that it can notice the little things, like an unattended bag. In August, the NYPD managed to identify Larry Griffin II, a suspect in a bomb hoax in Manhattan train station. In about an hour, using several grainy photos matched against millions of others. Oh, so basically they were able to figure out that he was not really carrying a bomb from a couple of photos. On the day of the assignment, I woke, looked at my phone, checked the news on my laptop, and I had already noticed and interacted with 2 cameras, albeit they were my own. Outside my apartment, about 15 feet from my door, I saw 2 more cameras. I turned my head around the corner and I found another one. Every step down the 4 flights of stairs took me past more. There was 1 camera on each level, adding up to 4. As I drew eye level with the camera on the ground level floor, I wondered, how often is this big brother watching? By my count, there were 9 before I'd gotten outside. Guys, this is insane. Holy cow. My first breath of almost fresh New York air was ruined by a mixture of trash and surveillance. It was a fittingly gray day to document our well-surveilled society. Another camera watched over our storefronts. Over the next 150 feet, 2 more cameras recorded my movements. When I turned the corner, the streets were empty, but the recording continued. Over the past year, oh, you know what? I should have been switching over to this one for you guys. Give me a second here. What am I doing? There we go. That's much better. Okay. When I turned the corner, the streets were empty, but the recording continued. Over the past year, surveillance of New York's roads has expanded. The New York Times has reported more than 2,000 speed cameras were being set up in 750 areas across the city, close to schools, to help with road safety. Guys, this is just, you got to go check out this article. I could go for days. He's just talking about how many different cameras he sees. This is like a 30-page article. Holy cow. I'm still scrolling. Let me just get to the last line here, see how it ends. Finally, one documented me as I headed to the elevator. As I traveled up to work, I was reminded of Lonis Pavlidis, a professor of computational physiology at the University of Houston, telling the BBC in 2013, there's no escape. Well, I'd say that's probably true. It's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better. I don't know. Is there any way to come back from this, guys? Once you give them access, it's over. So we should get into some music, huh? What do you think? I think we should play some music for you. I love listening to this tune. Yeah, Cross is saying, why are there so many cameras in one spot? And the facial recognition thing is a good thing, but it's pretty creepy. Now, listen, I told you, my wife and I have this philosophy. If you're not doing anything wrong, then you shouldn't really have a problem with it, because it's installed to keep us safe. Let's be honest. You know, the other thing that happened in 2001 with the terrorist attacks is it opened up the opportunity for all of this. And I don't think this ever would have happened if September 11th didn't happen. I don't think that we would have allowed this much access into our lives. But it was forced upon us, I believe. This was George W. Bush who just made it his, he said, look, we're doing it. I don't care. We're going to create this. What was it called? Do you guys remember what it was called? It was, you know, look, Operation whatever, where we can just record every single thing in your life. We can record every phone call, every conversation. We can do anything we want, essentially, in order to protect the country. What was that called again? Do you guys remember? Because that's what happened. That is exactly what happened. And we gave them access, and now there's no coming back, guys. I'm sorry. I wish there was, but you just can't turn it off once you turn on the faucet. It's just like if you look at my state in Connecticut, there was a period of time where there were no income taxes in the state of Connecticut. Now, I have clients who told me that it was supposed to be a very short thing. Oh, we're just going to do it for a few years to try to do this. We have to fill in. Why is it never left? Because once you give them one thing, they never give it back to you. They don't give back once they take. It's a shame that that's the way this world is, but it is exactly the way this world is. And I'm saying that to you while I'm sitting here with 3 cameras in my studio and doing a 3-camera shoot for you on a daily basis for the rest of my life. But I am doing it knowingly, intentionally. Okay? I'm not walking down the street and then later on seeing a full breakdown of my life. Holy cow, wait a second. They've got hours and hours of Mark Pires. They just catalog it. Oh, there's Mark walking down the street in Elm Street in New Canaan. Let's just throw that in the file. What are you going to save that for? Who cares? We got it. They keep the footage for no reason. You know, I don't understand the idea of capturing data it's for them to sell. That's the biggest problem here. The government is selling our data to third parties, like Facebook did to us. And nobody's really doing anything about it. We're just sitting here just taking it. And you know, I got to tell you, a lot of my friends on Facebook, for example, they left the platform when Facebook did that. When Facebook basically sold out their customers for money. And look, I know that's your game, is you're there to make money. But you don't create a platform and then steal everybody's information and give it to the highest bidder. That's just rotten. And people who are going to take, for example, that whole, I can't speak about this Analytica thing, but just the stuff that was being done is very shady. And I think that's the problem with our society. It's like, hey, yeah, sure, you know what? We'll give you that information. Just don't tell anybody we gave it to you. This is the world we're living in now. There's so much data, and it's just being thrown upon us. And then remember this whole thing about telling people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear, because in a society where all you're getting is negativity, where to the point that I heard, I think this was actually Jay Shetty who said this, where there is more negativity in a day than you would receive in your entire lifetime. This is what the doctors and scientists are talking about now. That's insane. And it's because we're allowing access, total access. Now, you may not be able to handle that. You may not be the person that is equipped to handle that much attention. It may eat away at you. You may not want to hear negativity. You may not want to hear criticism. It depends on who you are. But I'll tell you, if you are somebody who likes your privacy, I don't know what to say. You have none anymore. You have zero. It's been stolen away from you. And for me, like, there are some things I would like to, keep private, like my family. I don't want my children and my wife, and I just keep I don't post pictures of my family. I don't pick pictures of my wife and kids. I don't think that's appropriate for the internet. There are some creepy people out there, guys. I'm here doing this knowingly, intentionally myself. I'm putting myself out there. Vulnerable to the world, but I'm not putting anybody else at risk. I'm not putting anybody else on the line. This is all me. Someone wants to take me down, doesn't like what I'm saying, let's have a conversation. But this is about nobody else. And that's why, sure, I think it's funny. I saw these notes on Facebook recently. Oh, well, if you don't send an email by tomorrow, Facebook can take all your information and they could use all your information for promotion. And I wanted to send something and say, sure, go ahead. Use all my information. Share all my Real Talk content. Why aren't you, Facebook? You're going to go use everybody else's garbage information. Oh, the dog that someone, what? Sure, take all the Real Talk content. Spread it around the world. That's the point. I want the world to open their eyes and look at this show. I don't care about the cameras. Turn them all on, right, on this program. But that's just me. That doesn't have to be you. It shouldn't have to be you and everybody else, that you all have to live that way. I'm fine with it, but you shouldn't all have to have that. You shouldn't have to just deal with it. Your privacy gone. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. Oh, my man, hey, buddy, I'll tell you what, that is an honor, and I really appreciate that. Cross that he's an artist and he wants to draw a picture of me. That's really cool, buddy. I really appreciate that. I would love that, and I'll post that on my pages. I'd be really honored to get that. So thank you for thinking of me. And yeah, BeatSeat or with my real estate gear, either or. How about, I don't know. You're the artist. You're the artist, my friend. I appreciate that thought, though. That's really cool. But you know what I'm saying, guys? I mean, seriously, it's very clear to me. It's very clear to me how our society is run, and that it's all about profit, and it's about data mining, capturing as much information as possible so they could use it as leverage over you. At some point, you may get a phone call and it says, hey, I need you to do X, and if you don't, we're going to use this information that we've had in a folder for 16 years. What? You've got what in a folder? Oh yeah, we bought it from the government, or we bought it from Facebook. It's real, guys. That stuff's happening. Yes. You know, I just feel like the world needs more love. We just need more love. And I just want to somehow open your eyes to it. That's all I want you to do, is open up your eyes so you start realizing how we're being treated. You know, this is not a new thing. This may have gotten a lot worse since 2016, but this has been like this for a while. The amount of negativity in this world, the amount of people that are trying to take others down, it's a terrible way to live. Terrible way. You know, I often talk to you guys about how great it feels to treat people with respect and to make them feel good, because you feel better. Like, you feel better than you did when you make somebody else feel great. And when you start looking at stuff like this, you start looking at a society that's basically, you know, no matter where you turn, someone's looking at you. And then my bigger question is who's watching? Who's on the other end looking at this? Who's sitting there actually looking at all this information? Sorry, let me shut this off. Who's looking at all this information? It's creepy, guys. It's creepy. So listen, let's play a song. What do you say? Let me turn on the BeatSeat. Yeah, there we go. What was I doing here? I thought I had, yeah, let's just leave it like that. All right, I'm coming around. How's everybody doing on Insta? Oh, little Mark is on. All right, I'm going to play you guys something here. Let's see how it goes. All right. So what do we got today? So this is what I had just swimming around my head for a little while. Kept thinking it would be kind of nice to do. Can I hear myself? Ooh, I can hear myself now.
inside instead of looking in. The answers, they're only inside of you. You guys hear that?
I think it may be that my guitar is about to run out of battery. So I don't know. I was thinking about, here was the rhythm. Here's the other part. So I'm going to work on that. It's 2 parts. Could be something. So I'll play you something that I know that you know. And I'm going to have to change this 9-volt battery out for tomorrow.
That's alright, mama. That's alright for you. That's alright, mama, baby. Any way you do, that's alright. That's alright. That's alright now, mama. Any way you do. Mama, she done told me. Papa done told me too. Son, that girl you're fooling with, she ain't no good for you. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright now, mama. Any way you do. Well, I'm leaving around, baby. Leaving town for sure. You won't be riding with me. Hanging around your door, but that's alright. That's alright. That's alright now, mama. Any way you do.
Get a little Elvis for you. Where are we? There we go. Let's see what I missed here. Oh, I missed a phone call. I'm gonna have to take that one and call it back. So anyway, appreciate you guys. Hopefully that wasn't totally horrible. I got to tell you, I'm gonna have to work that out a little more because it's hard for me to hear, and that guitar is not sounding right now. I'm gonna have to bring it in. I have to bring it into the shop. I'm going to have another guitar here for tomorrow. I have to figure that one out. Anyway, I think that's probably about enough for the day. Yep, I'm missing phone calls left and right over here. But I do appreciate you guys. And again, I just want you to remember tomorrow's day 340 in a row. Are you serious? We're 26 days away from the end of the year? Goodness. The show must go on. It will go on. I'll be here with you forever. Oh, right? Oh, man. See, I'm telling you, Cross is over here because you weren't kidding about the audio and the video here on YouTube. It is so awesome. And because I'm literally filming the screen over here on Instagram, and the audio is terrible. It's just like my iPhone XS camera. But YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, every platform's getting the audio and the video. It's just Instagram, because Instagram does not allow RTMP broadcasting. So I can't even send it to you guys. And even if you did, it's it's like vertical. So you wouldn't see the logo or any of this. You wouldn't see, you maybe see that, but you wouldn't see any of the side stuff. So anyway, we're figuring it out. I'm just trying to remind everybody over on Insta, just like you did, Cross, you rock. And if you ding the bell, then tomorrow you're going to get that notification. You'll get an email from YouTube that says I'm live. And I will be live tomorrow. I'm thinking it's probably going to be late morning tomorrow. But it is Friday, and you know what that means. We have a show during the day, and then we have Friday night, music night on the BeatSeat at 10:15. Don't forget about that, guys. Every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's music night on the BeatSeat at 10:15. Loop station night where we do stuff like this. And we just get down. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm about to drop a podcast for you. Should be later today. And it's day 333 in a row, which was fire. It was last Friday. So tomorrow will be 340. It's like every time we have a show, something great happens. And here's my thing. I'm glad we have YouTube now. This is my new favorite thing, is that we have YouTube. So every show is there. We were losing them all on Insta. So it may not have this show as a podcast, but you may want to listen to it. Well, guess what you could do? Just push play in your car while you're driving and just drive. You can listen to it. I always say listening to me is a different experience than watching me. I'm very animated. So when you listen in the car, my intonation and the emotion that comes through the words feels differently than when you're watching. So I really hope you'll try that, because I think you'll enjoy the show. And you can download the show on any podcast platform. It's free of charge. And there are 38 episodes so far. About to drop 39 for you, which is kind of short, guys. If you think about it, I'm about 300 short, right? Because today's day 339. I'm about to drop 39, which means that you have 300 shows that are not podcasts. 300 days that I was not able to drop as podcasts, and they're all fire. Oh my goodness, there's so many good episodes that are just not going to be turned into podcasts because I just don't have the time. But who knows? Maybe now with YouTube, somebody will just come along and say, look, let me have your phone. Just go grab lunch. Come back in a couple hours. I'm just going to transfer everything and put it all onto YouTube every day from day 1 to day 365. That would be pretty cool. Maybe we do like a docu-series. Take the best of the year. The best clips from the year. Who's going to do that? I'm not doing that. Are you kidding me? It's hard enough for me to find. I have to take a minute out of an hour on a daily basis. You know how hard that is? Like I just dropped for you guys over on Facebook this awesome thing about starting the wave. I don't even know how the heck this came out of me. Being an entrepreneur is like starting the wave at a football game. That's what the clip is. Go and watch it. You're going to laugh, and then you'll be like, yeah, it totally is. And then share it with your friends. Start posting this stuff on your pages, guys, because when you tell people you know, here's the way I think about it. What you like, your friends like. If you like the show, your friends are going to like the show. So start telling your friends. See if they join the program with you. We can get on together. My man, Phil. Hey, Phil, I appreciate you giving me that suggestion of doing David Bowie's 1984. I'm going to take you up on that. I'm going to learn it tonight. And tomorrow, I will rock it out for you, okay? Because it really should be like the topic of the week is the man. I have a line in a song I wrote called The Best for You and Me. And the line goes, don't let the man get you down. No, it says, and I know that the man can get you down sometime. The man can get you down sometimes. And I'm not sure if we could be free. Free fall with me. Free fly away. Like a dream, you miss the ones you love the most. That song rocks. I may have to rock that one out for you tomorrow. Oof. Because that song's fire, too. You know what we could start doing with this show? I have the ability to bring in video, bring in audio. We should just be playing some of these tracks for you live. You know what I'm saying? Like this, just be like. We're going to do some crazy stuff tomorrow night for Loop Station night on the BeatSeat. Oof. I'm actually even contemplating bringing I have a small loop station, my old one, before I got the new one that we're using. And that one, I don't have to put everything through. I could just put the guitar and the vocals through, or the guitar and the BeatSeat in there. Just do a little jamming here from the studio too, a little live looping. But these shows shouldn't be music only. It should just be a little clip of music. And mostly it's talk. We're here to get into some stuff. You know what I'm saying. So I appreciate you guys. Looking forward to tomorrow's episode, day 340. If you have any topics, Phil's got me with a request for tomorrow. I'm going to rock out for you guys. We'll do a little David Bowie's 1984, hopefully, if I can figure it out. How hard could it be, right, Phil? I'll download it, listen to it, and I'll bring it out for you tomorrow during the show. This should be the thing. I want to challenge you guys. Find a song that you want me to play that's just like really cool and be like, dude, play, I don't know, Led Zeppelin or play Zappa. Like, I don't think I could do it. That's why I want to be challenged. I want someone to say, play something that I probably can't play, and then we'll see how it goes. I'll just probably turn it into my own. Yeah, I couldn't do Zappa, so I made it Crappa. Zappa's insane. No, but I would just probably make my own version of whatever song that you send over. That's usually what I do anyway. Look, I pretend it's as if I had the pen in my hand and I'm writing that song. That's what I do. I take the song and I make it my own. The only ones I haven't been doing that with lately are like the John Mayer and the Maroon 5 tune, because that's the way they are. They're good songs. I just did them the same way, but just, my own vocal version, whatever. But I'm looking forward to seeing what challenges you have for songs coming forward, guys. Play Crabs for Christmas. I looked at that song, Phil. I don't know if I could do that one. That one is like, because it's kind of like a, what's the word? It reminds me of Home Alone. Okay. Do you guys remember Home Alone when they're at the airport and John Candy shows up? And John Candy's there and he's got the mom in the van. They're driving across country in the snowstorm and they're playing accordions. That's the Crab song. And I watched it. It made me laugh really hard. And I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know how I can incorporate the Crab song. It's a Maryland song. Oh, Phil's hilarious. Phil said I could do it with you. That would be pretty funny. I'm going to try to do the 1984 one. We'll start with a rock song, rock and roll tune. We'll see. Maybe we'll get into some variety type of tunes going forward. There's a lot of great songs out there. I was thinking about this too, guys. We're getting up to it's Christmas time. So we're going to have lots of Christmas music going forward. I'll be playing Christmas songs for you on the BeatSeat. And I mean, just the amount of content that we can do here. It's amazing to me. Each day I wake up, I'm like, ooh, you know what we could do also? We could have Christmas music. We could have Hanukkah music. We could do anything here. So if you have a song you want to hear, a holiday song you want to hear on Real Talk on the BeatSeat, shoot it over. We're going to make it happen. Every day, new music. If you're just tuning in for the first time and you haven't seen what this show is about yet, this is a daily talk show. Positivity, motivation, real estate, just reminding you that within you, there is something unbelievable, something you just need to tap into. I'm here to help you tap into it. It took me a while to find mine. Now I'm just sharing it with the world. And I understand it's a long process. That's why I came out with this whole thing yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't even know how I thought of this, but that being an entrepreneur, even starting Real Talk, it's like starting the wave. I'm here every day. I'm going like this. And everyone's like, what the heck is this guy doing? And every once in a while, someone joins. Like Phil joins and Cross joins. And it's like, yeah, I'm in. And all these other people are like, what the heck is this guy doing? Just stop. Just stop already. No one's going to do the wave. And I'm just like, I'm getting the wave going. I will not stop until this wave is going around the world. And I'll keep getting up and I'll keep going until everybody else joins. And that's my clip. If you have a chance to go check it out on Facebook, I just dropped it and it was just, I couldn't believe that came out of me. And I don't know how I correlated the wave at a sporting event to being an entrepreneur or being a Real Talk artist or just coming out here to just let the truth out on a daily basis. But it is so connected. It is 100% connected. I guess we did an hour, guys, because I'm sitting over here and it looks like Instagram is now officially off the air. Let's save it to the story over there. And I have to get going in a moment because bowling tonight, and there's a charity event my wife is going to at 6:30. So I'm kind of in the middle of, that's why I knocked this out earlier today, guys. I would have been on kind of like we did yesterday, about 6 o'clock till 8 o'clock. No, we didn't do that. We have done 2 days in a row of an hour plus. Now this is day 3 in a row of an hour plus. And I started thinking about how difficult that is. It's not that easy to do an hour day after day after day. Like, that's kind of difficult. But I guess you'd have to feel uncomfortable to get off the air. Like, I could stay on. I'll just sit here. I'll just be like, I'm just doing stuff. Oh, hey, what's up? You guys are still here? You know, like, seriously, this is Real Talk. Daily variety. We haven't done any celebrity impressions today, but it doesn't have to always be part of the show. But if you do have a celebrity impression you would like to hear, to do the news, to take on a story, to just make you smile, shoot it over, guys. Look, this program is about the entire emotional spectrum, okay? But none of the negative, just all the positive emotional spectrum. Whatever, laughter, just crying with laughter and happiness. Well, I want you to feel that. It may not come out of this program, but I want you to feel that. Like, do you guys ever had that? You ever had that before where you're around friends and you're laughing so hard you can't catch your breath? Where your face hurts right here? Like, not here, it hurts here. Because you're smiling so much and laughing so much that it starts to hurt. That's the type of joy I want you to feel in this life. I want you to feel so much joy that your face hurts. Like, that's what I'm talking about. So, okay, we're going to do something here before we call it a day, just like we did yesterday. This is our daily smile challenge. And since we have some people on, we have to try to do this. Remember, the challenge is very simple. Just don't smile. No smiling. No smile, you win. You smile, you lose. And it's very easy to lose in this game because energy is extremely contagious, and I'm going to prove it to you right now. Okay, so no smiling. I said, don't smile. You're not allowed to smile. But every time I smile at you, you're forced to react. Remember, my smile, your smile, has an energetic value. It costs 0 to the currency holder. It costs 0 to me to give that smile to you. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep giving it to you guys. I hope you start giving more of your smiles out. You're not going to run out of them. You're not going to go bankrupt on smiles. In fact, I think you may find you build some more energy by giving them out. So that's my philosophy here, and every day we're going to do that. I just want to get on here with you and say, okay, see, you can not smile, but really what I want you to do is smile as wide as possible back at me. I want you to feel the energy I'm giving you and say, yeah, holy cow, I can't believe that when Mark goes from this to this, I feel something. I feel a spark of life come through me. And you do the same thing to me. I just can't see you right now. But when you smile at me, I feel it. Whenever you're feeling uncomfortable, smile at somebody. You'll break the ice. It's amazing the amount of conversations I have that start with a smile. It's the true essence of your happiness. Michael, my buddy. You're the best, Michael. Thanks for tuning in. But that smile of yours is magical. It really is. It's magical. And I think if you just do it more, I think you start understanding how special you are. And I'm not telling you that in the Mr. Rogers way. You're special just the way you are. No, you're special, not the way you are. You have something special within you just dying to come out. It's just dying to come out, and you're dying by not letting it out. I can't wait to get Richard on this program to talk about his transformation from being a CEO, CFO of a company and literally killing it and deciding, you know what? I don't care how much money I can make this year or next year. I'm miserable. And I wake up with the prospect of making money and it makes me sick because of that job, which I used to love. Now I don't. I want to speak to him. because that is quite a thing to do. It is quite a thing to do, to accomplish so much and walk away from it because you understand what's really important is not the money that you can make in 365 days, but it's the happiness that you can feel in 365 days. And you get to a point in your life where happiness is more important than building that bankroll. Now, I don't know when that line comes. I don't know when I personally would be thinking that way, where I'm like, look, happiness is more important than me working. Because right now I just work. Yes, the limit. Exactly. I do Instagram every day. Cross was just saying he didn't realize there was a limit on Insta. I do the Insta every day, and we cut off at an hour. And I told everybody the other day, when we cut off, you should come over here because this show keeps going. Like, we are at, I don't even know how many hours. I'm not sure where we're at right now, guys. We're at an hour and 6 minutes currently. And I'm going to call this a day because I have to get going. But I just wanted you to understand these things. You know, this is Real Talk. Every day, this is a matter of just letting the truth of yourself come out. That's what my Real Talk is to me. I hope you can figure out how to make that your own thing. And remember, you can't be anybody but yourself. That is the other thing I want you to understand. Like, I see a lot of people trying to be other people. You can't do that. Nobody wants you to be anybody but yourself. Okay? There is only one person people care to see. It's the individual that you are. That's it. What someone else has done is admirable. It is. It's inspiring. It should inspire you to find that greatness within you. It shouldn't inspire you to copy. Copying gets you nowhere. People look at you and they say, what the hell? Like, I want to use this example. That smile thing I'm doing now, I saw someone do that. I saw someone do that on Instagram. I don't even know who it was. And when they smiled, he goes, okay, and I'm looking at his live. Everyone's saying, smile, smile at me, smile at me. And I'm like, what is this guy talking about? Smile at me? What is going on? And all of a sudden he goes, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. But remember, don't smile back. He goes, don't do it. Don't do it. And he goes, I told you not to smile. And when he did that to me, I'm like, I'm smiling like right back at him. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what a reaction I just got from this gentleman. All he did was smile at the screen and tell me not to smile. And my natural reaction of seeing someone's beautiful smile at me, the energy that's coming at me of positivity, was to smile right back at him, even though he said don't. And when I thought about that, I said, you know what? It reminds me of my quote. We each have this smile. It has this energetic value. It costs zero to us to give it to everybody. Every single person should feel it because it costs zero to share. Like, people are afraid to give because they'll run out. I don't want to give my money away because I'm going to run out of my money. I don't want to give my milk to these. My children need milk. I don't want to give my smiles away. I may run out of smiles. No, give them. Get them back. When you give to smile for someone, a smile is returned with a smile. You're seeing this. I give it to you. You give it back to the screen, thinking I'm seeing it. I can feel it, right? I can feel your smile coming back at me. Because it's a natural reaction to energy. It's a wonderful reaction to energy. It's contagious, Cross says. Cross says, I lost. I love it, Cross. That's what I'm talking about. You should lose. I did that for my daughter last night. I was like, Rosie, take a look at this. What do you think? And she's going like this. Because I said, just go like this so you don't smile. So she went like this. And I'm looking at her and she didn't smile. And I'm like, it didn't work? And she goes, no, I wanted to smile, but you told me not to smile. She's like, but I stopped myself from smiling. And I'm just like, wow, you know what? I want to find that guy and just like his videos. Like, I think it's so cool that he's just smiling at the world. And it's just a one little thing that I brought into the show that I saw that I was inspired by. Someone showing you how valuable and important energy is, and that you have it within you as well. Start using it. It is a bartering tool. It's a negotiation tool. It's an opportunity for you to start a new conversation, and it's an opportunity for you to get out of a bad conversation. That smile of yours can do so many things. It's a weapon. It's a weapon. It's a weapon it's a weapon of good, and it's a weapon that can get you out of a lot of bad. That's my theory. Oh, Cross is smiling from the Bronx. I love it. We're not that far away, Cross, because I'm up here in Connecticut. I was actually down in Newark yesterday meeting with the school, showing them the BeatSeat. So, okay, where are we at? Guys, we're at an hour and 10 minutes here. I think I got to call this quits, especially because I got to get going. But I will see you tomorrow on the next episode of Real Talk for day 340 in a row. So make sure you tune in, subscribe, ding that bell. I'll see you tomorrow on the next Real Talk. Remember, any topics, any songs, let me know. It's Mark Pires.
Looking for another way.
And it's Real Talk. Have a great night.
I look into the windows of the passing cars driving next to me. Look how the